That's supportaddictionrecovery.com.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Check us out on social media. Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio.world, and on Twitter at Rainier Ave Radio.
Farming, we're opening up our CSA. So for Clean Greens Farm and Market, for those of you who do not know, Clean Greens Live is a part of an extension of Clean Greens Farm and Market, where we are a local nonprofit farm. We grow produce out of Duval and we bring it back to Seattle fresh from the farm. We give some out for free to our community members who cannot afford fresh organic produce, but we also have a CSA program, which is community supported agriculture. So if you are someone who wants to buy farm fresh, that means you get to know your farmers, your local farmers, you get to know where your produce is coming from. We are your community. And if you go to cleangreensfarmandmarket.com, you can get a CSA. And the beauty of our CSAs is you buy one, you help feed a family, or you can buy one and you can gift one to your neighbors. We give out really beautiful farm fresh produce. Sometimes our CSAs have been able to share even their shares. We have a small, medium, and large. So again, check out cleangreensfarmandmarket.com. Our CSA is in season. Stay tuned for all the things that we have coming up. As soon as this weather gets somewhat normal, we're gonna, not normal, but better, we're gonna be in our community gardens. We also have community gardens here in Seattle with partnerships with parks behind Amy, and we will be building that garden coming soon, and we will need all our community help. So stay tuned, stay focused on all the things that we have going on, especially during next month, we'll have 2 community events. So reserve the 18th for Earth Day, okay? We will be up in the garden doing building the garden, planting, and just making it beautiful for our community and for our children's program that we have during the summer, where community kids come and they learn about farming and get education. So stay tuned. Also, join us right here live on Rainier Avenue Radio this Thursday for a town hall at 5 p.m. We will be talking about the Iran war. Good Lord, yes, please. We were just talking about how important it is to stay tuned, stay focused, and stay aware of what's going on. I know it's hard out there and it's very frustrating to watch things and you feel helpless, but you're not helpless. And so please tune in this Thursday at 5 p.m. for a live town hall on the Iran war. All right, guys, donate to Rainier Avenue Radio. Please help support our community radio and bringing you all the beautiful shows that are out here. We have Clean Greens Living, we have Fresh Juice, we have Phil AM. We have so many wonderful shows about men's mental health, about women in business. There are so many shows that we would love to keep going. So please donate to Venmo at Rainier Avenue Radio or rainieravenue.world/donate. Every donation matters. We know how it is in the world. So whatever you can donate, please donate. All right, guys, I'm so excited about my special guest. We grew up together, and when we were growing up, she was not one of my little friends, but I guess she's one of my little friends now. And she tuned in and stepped in, and she's coming on my guest to help talk about we're just catching up today. And so everyone, please put your hands together for singer, actress, songwriter, Samara Reign.
Hello.
How does it feel? How does it feel when people read off your bio? That's not even all that she does.
It's weird.
Singer, songwriter. She sang in front of Johnny Gill. She sang with PJ Morton. She sang with the Temptations. How does that feel?
I don't know. I mean, it feels good because, like, I mean, you grow up listening to those people and admiring them, and then randomly you get the chance to sing with them. So I feel blessed to have that opportunity.
Nice.
It feels weird, but
how does it feel to be one of my little friends?
It's definitely still new to me. I'm learning a lot as an adult, being around her mom, and not as like, sometimes, like, of course I'm your kid all the time.
Yeah.
But like, I'm an adult now, so I know some things that I don't know if I want to know. So
you want to be my friend, you're gonna have to get to know me, honey.
So it's like, it's definitely strange, but I'm glad that I get to have that relationship, especially having a young mom. Not a lot of people who have older moms they're not as close as we are. So it's great to honor that.
All right, it's Women's History Month, and this weekend, I thought this weekend was really jam-packed for me, but I thought it was so cool to come watch you perform for, what was it called again? The Aviation Women and
Aviatrix, Black Voices Matter, the story of Aviatrix. I'm probably botching that story.
Yeah, it was an event where Angela Poe Russell was interviewed by Deborah Horn, and both of these women were pivotal to a lot of us Black and brown girls growing up. They were on TV, they were newscasters. So Deborah Horn was interviewing Angela Russell about her pivot into her new role as a playwright. So, but I mentioned that to say that it's Women's History Month, and I thought it was wonderful to watch these two beautiful icons of our community come and talk. And then not only were they talking, Angela was talking about her pivot from newscaster to playwright, living out her dreams. And I see there and watch her children watch their mom be this amazing impact in our community. So I thought that was beautiful. And talking about Women's History Month, who is a woman that comes to mind when we think about Women's History Month and the things that she's done and the roads that she's paved?
Wait, what's the question again? Sorry.
What woman do you admire, like, that you would want to highlight this Women's History Month?
Well, okay. So there's not a lot of older women that I look up to. Like, let me not say that.
It doesn't have to be traditional women.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when we always talk about women, it's history, or when we talk about history, period, everybody always think about someone older or someone that, you know, there's people now that are paving ways and doing things. So it can be anybody.
Yeah, like when it comes to, like, I look up to people, but the people that I admire in my life are the people that I grew up with, which is my mom, you, your mom.
What? This is still just crazy to me. This is crazy, but go ahead, my mom.
I admire you, your mom, and my other granny, my dad's mom. And the reason is because though you guys aren't like known around the world, you guys are very strong women, and I know that's like saying, oh, that you guys are very strong women, like that just, it could be looked over because women are expected to be strong. But just growing up as a young lady and growing up around strong Black women who, you know, had to find a way to navigate through a man's world, being a mother, and then, you know, still dealing with man issues and things like that, just seeing you guys overcome that and still become these beautiful people and still help people and just be a freaking boss is very admiring. So yeah.
And it's so funny because I always laugh about my mom because I was like, I tried to get out. I was like, I can't wait to leave this place. And then my kids just love that lady. They just love her. But you know what, to be honest, when I think about women's history and watching you, it just brings me back to like our generations of women. And yes, so my grandparents had 16 kids, 2 girls, 2 of them were girls, 14 boys, 2 girls. And so, yes, I have other aunties through my uncles that I love. I love my aunties. They are amazing women that were married into the family. But when I think about Women's History Month and I'm looking at you navigating this world and what you're doing, and I think back to me as a child, and I think back to my mom and my grandmother. So for me, this just last year, really thinking about history and what that means to me and who do I look up to and who I admire, I will say my grandmother and my mom. Because with each generation, each woman started off so young and they navigated this world, of course, through what they knew, and most of it was through survival. But they did their best with what they had. And then they instilled with each generation something different. And then just looking at you soar, it just really makes me proud of where I came from. So, so I can agree with that. I almost cried, but because it's real. It's like my grandmother was 14 when she started having kids. I couldn't imagine being a 14-year-old, and by the time you're like 25, you have so many kids. And then you have, as a parent, as a woman, you have your own dreams of what you wanted to do. Your own dreams. I mean, luckily for her, she was able to go back and get her, I think she got a GED, and then she went to college. And she started so many businesses. And again, she was a woman who was a pastor's wife, who was out in the community, showing up for people. She made everyone feel loved. I mean, they had her funeral at our small little church in Okmulgee. There were people hanging outside of the church to pay their respects. Like back in the day, they had to have like a TV to pay their respects. So just thinking of what that young woman was thinking and we will never know. I mean, she passed away when I was young, but just thinking as from a mom's perspective, what was she thinking as she was raising these kids and navigating, especially her daughters. Especially her daughters. And again, in the men's world, because it's crazy now, it was worse then. Like, I believe we still deal with some of that.
I wouldn't have survived.
Right. We still deal with some of that. Like when you speak out, they make it seem like you have too much testosterone. Are you a bitch? I don't know if we could say that word on the radio, but you know what I'm saying? When you try to speak out. So
you speaking in general.
Like,
it doesn't matter if it's about something that matters. You having an opinion about something
I know it was crazy to me that I noticed that when I started having an opinion about certain things, people's energy started changing towards me. And it's like, what?
And then especially if you stand on that opinion in front of a man, some men, I want to honor the
heavy
men,
on the some, capital S, capital O,
I want to honor the
capital
men
M,
who actually are true kings.
There are some real good guys out there.
Exactly. But there are some men where you stand firm in an opinion. It could be, I really don't like McDonald's, or I don't like how they make fries, and they're like, well, why not?
Right.
And then it could be as simple as that. So I think I believe it was definitely different back then because you really couldn't have an opinion.
You couldn't have an opinion.
But nowadays, I'm glad that we stood up.
And
stood firm.
And then look, even talking about History Month, like each one of us all had children at a young age. So my grandmother had her first kid at like 15. Then my mom and my aunt had their first kid at 19. I had my first kid at 21. You're 22 and you're still childless.
Yes.
How does that feel?
I
can say for me, listen, I'm not saying it as a diss. I'm just saying that I'm proud. Like, if you have a kid at a young age, I am not dissing you. We can have a whole show on that because, and I feel like we should we should have a show on young motherhood because it's not the end of the world. However, when we think about dreams and hopes for our children, motherhood doesn't stop it, but it does it delays the journey a small bit if you don't have the right support. So for me, I am happy for so many reasons because I feel like we're breaking generational practices.
Yeah.
I feel like we all had hopes and dreams, but life took us something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not regret it one bit. Like when I think, it's so funny because as we women, I feel like this change with women, and like we're no longer taking stuff and we're standing up for ourselves. But I just lost my dang on train of thought.
I'm 22. I have no kids. That's what we are.
Why you say it like that?
No, I'm trying to,
But I'm happy that you get to have this choice, because at 22, yes, I was stressed out. That's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't take it back. Like I know that we're looking at a change of women are leaving their family, like they're like leaving their kids with the men. Like you can take care of them. And I think it's different times. Like it's hilarious to me because I'm like, okay, girl, I get it. I personally could never do it.
Yeah, I don't think.
However, I get it. And when you think about taking things back about your life, if you could do things differently, I would choose my kids each and every time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is no diss against young parent. I'm just happy about breaking generational practices that you become a parent when you're ready to become a parent mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially.
So how I feel about it, I feel really good that I am taking the necessary steps to get to that point. I'm glad that I do want to say I do want to be a mom, and watching people my age start families and like have that in their life, it does get a little iffy. Because that is something I really want. That's something I have been talking about with amongst my friends and things like that. But when I think about what I'm going through right now and where I'm at in life right now, I am grateful that God has not sat me down in that way, mm-hmm. because I do want to be married and have that. And I know sometimes that don't matter, but for me, it's gonna matter.
Period. Okay.
I do want to make sure I bring my kid into something secure financially, emotionally, and mentally, and making sure that my kid has a really good man in their life and a really good example. But yeah, like it does feel like I do think about like, dang, my mom, like I'm struggling now, but my mom, she was my age and she had a kid. So I'm like, and the prices done went up in 2025. So it's not the same price in 2023 than it is in 2025. So I'm like, I don't know. And then you got to pay for health care, and you got to pay for the room to have the baby. You got to.
Shoot, at these hospitals, you got to pay to hold your baby.
Yeah, I'm like, somebody was joking, like, you know how some dudes are, they're like, oh, let's go half on a baby, But I'm like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, my husband won't make me go half, because it's tough times right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's definitely like looking back at you being a mother around my age, and then seeing my peers become parents, that I just think that's what's going on with them. That's what God wants for them in that moment. Hopefully I get there. I've also been thinking, like, do I even really want kids for real? Because I'm like, what if I become a mom and then the kid is just really attached to me, and then I can't really leave the house, and then all this other thing, So I think about that too. You'll be able I don't have a man, so I'm really not thinking about that.
You'll be able to lead those kids back. Trust me. Oh my gosh.
And I don't want to lose myself in motherhood. But thankfully, because it is a thing that you and dad are young parents, I did think about the possibilities, like, dang, they were young. That could happen to me too. I always told myself I would continue doing what I love regardless. I don't care how hard it is, because I've seen you work so hard as like being a mom and working and things like that. Why would I choose to have a kid? at any age and be like, this is hard, I can't do it, I'm not going to work hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a good example. So
Nice. Thank you. Someone asked me over this weekend, they said, how do you prioritize everything? And so you don't feel equipped to answer that question?
I'm still figuring it out. Okay. I don't even know. I just got here.
Okay, look, I feel like I just got here. Okay. Yes. How do you prioritize everything? Because you're like, you've been busy. Like, you've gone from like doing events to doing a play to doing events to doing a play. And so you're just still learning how.
I think for me, I'm an organized mess. So I know I have something going on. I might not know the date up until I like look at messages and things like that.
Like this weekend when she's like, remember that event you told me about?
Well, anyways, so, but yeah, like I'm an organized mess. It works sometimes. But I'm trying to find different ways to not be an organized mess when it comes to like specific dates and times and events that I have to be at. Because I have so much going on. I'm aware that I have a lot going on. I'm aware that I have these things going on, but I'll think about it too much to where I'll just shut everything off and distract myself until it's time to really, really think about it. So I'm still trying to figure out how to prioritize my time. I do now that I'm an adult, and it's getting serious because 22 is going to turn into 30 in 2 days. So I have to really figure that out. And I think watching other people navigate their life, it inspires me to get mine together.
And what does it mean for you to get your life together?
Like prioritizing my time better.
Okay, prioritizing time. Because I'm like, girl, you doing this, you doing that. So that's the focus. That's the goal for you right now.
Yeah.
Prioritizing time. You know, I feel like for me, when she asked that, you know, this is what I love, because like we have a better relationship. So when I'm learning, you're learning too. That at first I wasn't prioritizing my time that much. And so I would be failing in different areas. Like Michelle Obama's like, you can't have it all at once. And you really can't have it all at once, but you have to start prioritizing. I realized you have to start prioritizing what's important that day.
Yeah. My therapist talks a lot about taking small steps. Like you don't have to figure everything out, because it gets stressful. Like I'll literally sit still and just get really tense because I'm like, I have a whole bunch going on. Like I get stuck. Like I know this is what I want to do and I know how to do it, but it's going to take some time to do that. But I also have this going on and then this going on. How am I going to get to that? The thing that I really want to do, you know? And then it's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna just not do anything, or I'm gonna just leave that alone, you know? So yeah.
That's real. I mean, we still do that now as adults. But what I'm realizing is like, this is, as we grow up, we're taught to manage all these many different tasks. But we have to realize that we were taught that because we were taught to be workers. We weren't taught to be human beings.
Yeah.
So I guess as we're closing out, my advice would be, what's important this day? I feel like everybody's like, I have ADHD. We all have ADHD because we all were taught to manage 50 different projects. But if you read a lot of books on people who are rich or people who have money, their main priority was rest and not working hard and taking breaks. So manage what's important that day, right? Keep your to-do list short. I'm learning, and it's been working. It's been effective. Manage what's important that day, keeping your to-do list short, making sure you rest and prioritize yourself. Yeah. Because you can't pour into an empty cup. This went by fast.
Yeah, it did.
I'm actually happy that you were here, especially during Women's History Month, and we're just talking about what it means to be a woman navigating this world. And what's his name? Oh, I can't even say because I almost said something rude. I must have started saying this in Man's World. James Brown.
Ooh, is that? I don't even know.
Yeah, James Brown, but he wasn't the best man in the world, so we
Yeah.
shouldn't be quoting his stuff. Anyways, I digress.
Well,
But as we navigate this world as women, and as this shift changes for women in this world, I am just proud of the women you are and who you're becoming and the things that you do. Thank you for being
I don't
on the
know
show.
how to take a compliment.
I know you're my child. We don't have to take a compliment. Just sit there and smile, girl. And she'll be back a lot more. I'm so happy that you said yes. And she'll be in a play coming up soon.
May Aviatrix. The opening that night is May 15th and it goes through June 7th. It's about the first African American woman to hold a pilot's license, and she was an aviator.
Where can they get their tickets?
Oh, I don't know. Seattle Public Theater. Sorry.
I was supposed to say.
Seattle.
She wasn't prepared to do this today, so we'll give her past this time. I had your back. I was going to say, was it Seattle Public Theater? Yes. Anyways, you guys, check out Aviation, Seattle Public Theater. May what?
May 15th through June 7th.
May 15th through June 7th. Writer Angela Poe Russell. She wrote that play, so please go out and support. The tickets, they have affordable tickets, so please just come, show up, and support our community. All right, until next time, everyone, have a